Yo, what is going on YouTube? This is Josh with American AF Dumpster Rentals in Dallas. Oh, looks like I got some crap on my hat over here. Anyways, what's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. Let's go. Let's get it. Wednesday night, we are partying here at the American AF channel on YouTube. How's everybody doing? Business is good? I hope business is good. It's getting hot again, boys. It's getting hot again up here in DFW, man. It was hot today. 95, 96. I think it was a high of 97 or something like that. I don't know. Friday's supposed to be a high of 99. So nobody wants that. I'm ready for it to go back to 70s, 80s. I like the 70s and 60s, to be honest with you. I like sweater weather. That's my favorite type of weather. You guys let me know how hot it is where you are from. Oh man, Wednesday. So, dude, this has been one crazy summer. Overall, every month seems slow, but we keep beating our previous records, right? And that's just because I think we keep adding cans. So, the more cans obviously you add, the more you see in your yard every now and then when it's slow, and then the more but when it gets busy, the more the revenue comes. So it's just really hard to gauge because sometimes, like I said last week, I know it's been slow. Last week, I mean, there were several days that Kevin went home early. My 15s, my 20s, those are all kind of slow. My 30s and 40s have been kind of hit or miss. But last week we got a big job. It's I'm gonna be talking about it in one of my next videos, but it's a gym. It's almost very similar to Planet Fitness. It's a new gym. I've never heard of it before, but maybe some of you guys in other states have. It looks like it's a big national brand. It's called Crunch Fitness, I believe. They're the same model as Planet Fitness, almost the same size. So they've got this huge retail location. I didn't go inside, but it's like a really big, looks like an Academy Sports used to be there or something like that. Um, and anyways, their national company or their corporate office is called. They've got 330 yards there, and they've been doing swaps every day. So keeping me busy there, mainly because, and it's all cardboard. It's all like a half a ton, like a 30 yard stuffed to the brim, sometimes over, but it's just nothing but boxes. They're literally unloading brand new pieces of equipment, brand new workout stuff. Um, so yeah, so it's just been nonstop. So three as of last week, and then I believe we did three on Friday, three swaps on Friday, two every day. We had one today, and I think we got two more on the schedule for tomorrow again. They just keep bringing more and more and more equipment, and they need a place to throw it away. They have another company there. I don't know if we just didn't get to them fast enough. That first day, we had said we would be there between 8 and 5. I didn't know. All I knew is I took them one the first thing in the morning, but I had to dump other ones. I had to pick some up. So because of that, I didn't get the third one there on site until probably like 3 or 4 o'clock. And she kept calling, asking what time we're going to be there, and we were just like, well, right now it looks like we'll be there late afternoon with the third one. So next, when I drop off my third one, there's another company there, a smaller, looks like a 20 yard, maybe even a 15 yard dumpster. Didn't really pay much attention to it, but I've never seen the company before. It's a hook lift, which I should probably have taken a picture so at least I knew who it was. But it was like a gray dumpster for all you guys that are in DFW. I've never seen it before, but they still haven't filled his up. Like ours have been turning, which I'm happy and grateful for. So I've been taking care of her. Now that I was like, okay, well now she's serious. She's like she means business. When she wants it there, she wants it quick. So so I'm like, all right, well, we'll take care of that thing first in the morning as quick as I can. But right now we have no 30s, and I've got 140 in the yard. I even delivered my freebie dumpster that we also have a video of that coming up soon. So I think Dylan is in here. Dylan's in that. He makes a appearance in that video, picking up my can, picking up a used dumpster from a customer who didn't want it anymore, and donated it to American AF Dumpsters, which Dylan then took over to Keystone. Keystone painted it up, put some rails on it for me, fixed some door hinges, and yeah, that one's already making. Let's see. Right now, I think it's at least done two or three, so right around 1,500 to a little over 2 grand. on a free dumpster. So I say free, but I still paid. I paid Dylan to dump it because it was full of trash, and I gave him someone to take it over to Keystone for me. His time and stuff like that. So I paid there, and then I paid Keystone, I believe, about 1,700. Um, to do the rails, repaint, and the doors were jacked up. So I needed new hinges, new levers, all kinds of stuff. So all in all, about 2,200 to 2,500, give or take, with everything included. So let's say 2,500 just for shits and giggles. I still got a 40-yard dumpster for 2,500 bucks at the end of the day. So I'll take it. That one's been rented as well. So 140 at the yard. It's full. Haven't had time to dump it because all the other ones, the 30s, all need swap outs, but I have to do literally pick up, dump, returns, pick up, dump, returns. Today I did 3 of those, which sucked because I'd rather swap out, make it quick. But anyways, let's go and see who is here. Oh, speaking of the devil himself, Dylan Dunn. Dylan is looking for a driver. So am I. So if you want to work for a really, really cool guy, you work for Dylan. If you want to work for a semi-cool guy, you can come work for me. But I do have. So here's another issue. Here's another story. I had a new driver start last week, CDL driver. The plan was to put him in Kevin's spot because Kevin's gonna be leaving. He gave me over a month notice, which is awesome because he's starting a new career. I appreciate that. He's starting in October, on October 2nd. So hired a new guy. Starts out last week. First impressions are huge with me, right? My first impression was, yeah, okay, whatever. Let's have a interview. So I sit down, we interview at Starbucks. I cannot stand Starbucks. Don't get me wrong, but since we don't have an actual physical like office well, not anymore. The dumpster business has never had an office, but I used to, use my office, my limo office. Now I don't have an office, so I've got to do interviews at Starbucks, right? So sit down, interview him. We actually talked for 45 minutes. First impression was like 40 out of 100, right? Or 4 out of 10. But upon talking to him, we had some things in common. He knew some things. He was throwing some business ideas at me, talking about concrete cleanouts, how he's got a buddy, yada, yada, yada. And we can really get into concrete cleanouts. Okay, cool. He's got a Class B CDL, clean driving record because I ran him, MVR, did the drug test. I paid for it, pre employment drug test, all that stuff. So after talking to him for 45 minutes, I was like, okay, this guy's pretty good. I checked some of his references. We're good to go. He shows up on Wednesday of last week. Mind you, and I said, when I say we've been slow, we've been slow. Like Kevin's been really slow. So Kevin left early on Wednesday. He worked about a 4-hour day. So I sent the new guy home. I'm not going to pay for, there was no expectations yet. Kevin, I pay a salary because he's been hired for a long time. He gets paid no matter what, his 40. However, new guy, you can go home. It's very, very slow. I apologize for you coming out. Hopefully tomorrow will pick up. Thursday comes. Thursday was, again, somewhat slow as well. But Thursday we got really slammed for Friday. So I knew Friday we were going to be busy. So Thursday afternoon, I tell the new guy, hey, look, you need to cut off a little bit early, but tomorrow we got a full day. This is not very common. It's usually like this in the wintertime, but right now we're kind of slow. Where did my comments go? I don't know where my comments went. There we go. Anyways, long story short, he goes and he says, oh, and I told him, hey, on Thursday, because this was Thursday still, where I was going to cut him out a little bit early, but I said, hey, I've got some work for you. Why don't you and Kevin go to this property I have and go do a little bit of demo, real simple, just some drywall that you need to tear down and get rid of the sink and the toilet, because sometimes we all got to wear different hats, right? I mean, I understand, and I want to start them off kind of understanding that from the get-go, right? This is not just dumpsters. Right now, we're dumpsters 99% of the time. But when it's slow, you're going to be doing other things because I'm still paying you, right? So you're going to be doing, you might be doing property cleanouts. You might be doing whatever I need you to do at the end of the day. Like nothing that I wouldn't do. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is how I feel that this, you set expectations from the beginning. There shouldn't be any issues. Well, he's like, well, I can't do demo because I've got lung problems and this and that. And that was boom, you know, bullshit alert went up really quick. All right, man, no problem. So I'm just trying to give you hours, but if you want to go home, go ahead and go home and we'll just cut you short for the day. Okay, yeah, no problem. He's like, and so tomorrow, which was going to be Friday. So tomorrow, by the way, my son has a doctor's appointment, and my wife has a new job. She can't take off of work, so Okay, so what that makes you, so you think you can, right? I just told you 5 minutes ago. This is not what I said. This is me in my mind, right? I just told you 5 minutes ago that tomorrow's gonna be a full busy day, and you're already saying that your wife can't take off of work. So you're gonna have to take your son to the doctor's appointment. Well, okay, we've been slow. I've cut you loose a couple days. Sure, go ahead and take off early tomorrow, no problem. He text messaged me that night. He's like, you know what? Instead of taking off part of the day tomorrow, I'm just gonna take the whole day off if that's okay with you. All right, I'm done. Right at this point, like I'm already gonna start putting out some new ads again, trying to hire again because this guy's. I can already tell this guy's not gonna work. I didn't. I think I gave him a thumbs up. Thumbs up. All I said. Come Monday, Sunday or Monday, I reposted looking for hiring for work. I'm still looking for a CDL and a non CDL, anyways. He was going to take over the non CDL at first, excuse me, but he is a CDL. So I posted anyways, looking for new employees still. And Monday morning, 8 o'clock rolls around, and that's a late start to me. We normally would I would like to start earlier, and I probably will with a new employee. But 8 o'clock rolls around, and no call, no show, and he never showed up since. So this is a guy that I'm paying $20 an hour to train, $25 an hour as a CDL driver, and not even a no call, no show. So no worries, because I felt the exact same way about you. If you happen to be watching, no offense, but yeah, it wasn't going to work out. Like it was, it's one of those things where I've always said, hire quick, fire even faster. Like if you have a bad feeling, 99% of the time, it's going to be a problem. So that guy's gone. I had several good applicants reach out to me from Monday's post, and I've got one guy that's might be starting training tomorrow morning. And the reason I say might is because I told him, "Look, this is how I am right now. Meet me at the yard, and we'll discuss it and be ready to start training uh, in case you know things work out." So this is how desperate I kind of am right now because Kevin is going to be leaving in about a week and a half, and he's already told me he's got to do some training things next week and take a couple 1 or 2 days off next week. So it's gonna be interesting next week. Next Wednesday, I might not be here. If I'm not here next Wednesday and I got to cancel, just know that it's because I'm running double shifts, 2 trucks, trying to get things done and accounted for. But long story short, Dylan's hiring too. Hopefully, Dylan's gonna have a little bit um, better than I have. Where did my again? Here we go. I'm getting in the pool right now. It's hot. Dang, Dylan, always up in the pool, brother. Rhino Solutions tuning in from Northwest DFW. Yes, sir. I appreciate you being here, Dylan. Send me over an offer. Only thing I can say is no. The Dickies, man. I think he's talking to Dylan though, because I think the Dickies is friends with. There you go. Get to work with Rhino. The Dickies don't want to work for American AF, I don't think, right? Let's see. Ryan, local waste. What is going on from wet in South Florida, man? I heard you guys have been getting a lot of rain. I hope the rain's been slowing down. Bro, your governor is a beast. Not to talk politics, but let's talk a little bit of politics. Your governor comes out yesterday and he says, look, the shooter on Donald Trump, we're not giving him, handing him over to the FBI. We're going to do our own investigation. We're going to go after this guy ourselves. It doesn't make sense for us to turn him over to the same agency that's trying to hang Trump. So, DeSantis has his things or whatnot, but that dude, I really do like him. I think he really sets a precedent sometimes as to how states should be pretty damn tough. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments below. Am I getting too political? But he came out. He came out like a boss. He said, "Look, this is our prisoner. We don't care what the federal government says. We're keeping him." I don't know if there was any update on that today because honestly, I have not watched news. Today has been just balls to the walls quick. I had to work and then I had to pick up my parents from the airport. Then I had to pick up some parts for my daughter's truck. By the way, my daughter's AC is not working. Give me some advice here, guys. Um, her AC wasn't working earlier this year at the beginning of summer. We took it to a mechanic. He said it was low on Freon. He said it had a leak, but that we should we should be okay for a while. So he added more Freon, and he didn't have time to fix a leak, whatever. So now she says yesterday that or she said last week actually, that her Freon wasn't working again. Her AC wasn't working. So I immediately assumed we had to go get some Freon. I go to the parts store. I get Freon. Mind you, I got the wrong one. Found that out after about a half hour trying to get it in the hook up the connection. I bought 134A, and apparently it's like 1, 2, 3, 4Y or some bullshit. Um, but it's not even blowing. It's not blowing hot. It's not blowing anything. So is low freon sometimes also an indication of the blower not working at all? Or should the blower be working and it just be blowing hot air, and lower freon would just mean that it was blowing hot? Help me out in the comments here, guys. I honestly don't know. Um, but if I go tomorrow and I buy the 1, 2, 3, 4 Y, A, whatever it is, if they even sell it, I don't know. I know that's some special Freon crap. If they even sell it, if I do buy that, but it's not blowing air to begin with, is it just a waste of my time? Help me out. What up, Ford Muscle, man? Appreciate you being here, brother. It's rare how it feels like summer right now. Not in Texas, brother. It's so hot. It's usually hot all year round for the most part. I mean, it's gonna be hot during Thanksgiving, probably. I don't know. Probably not that hot, but wet and hot. Valley Dumpsters, I appreciate you being here, brother, man. Yes, sir. Thank you on a Wednesday night. Thanks for the comment. Love the logo. And Trell, what's going on, man? Finally slowed down this week. Monday, 6 drops. Tuesday, 0 drops. And today, 4. Bro, isn't that crazy, though? Like, again, it's like, but that's okay. I'll take it. As long as there's more up than there is down, I'm good with it. The down makes me nervous. I think it makes us all nervous, right? We all go through the, we don't have nothing on the schedule. What's going on? Um, it's been like this for a couple days. Let me check AdWords. Let me make sure my Google My Business hasn't been taken down. Let me check the website. Matter of fact, let me call the phone number, make sure the phone number is still connected, right? How many of you guys have done that? You call the line just to make sure that the line's going through. Happens all the time. I mean, check the website, make sure that the website's not down. Something's got to be up, right? And then next thing you know, phone just starts blowing off the hook a day or two later, which is good. Crunch is good work. They request 3 dumpsters on site. Hey, 330s all day. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm sure it'll be over pretty soon, though. I mean, how much? Again, it looks big, but how much equipment can they actually have, right? I would imagine probably by the end of the week, which would be what, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 12 to 15 30s. Again, and all under a ton. So, very good, profitable dumpsters. I know there's always controversy on whether you should include tonnage or not in DFW in this area for me and my business. It's I've tried adding tonnage as far as after the fact, charging per pound or giving a flat rate for the dumpster and then charging tonnage. Um, it didn't work. It just didn't work in this area. It didn't work for me in my business. So and in this area, a lot of company. I don't know anybody that does flat rate plus tonnage, but there might be some. Um, But yeah, so I include 3 tons, so normally that's what, for 130, $135, up to $135 max is included in my dumpster rental, which is fine because that still leaves me plenty profitable enough to where I need to be at. It leaves me enough profit margin, I mean, I should say, to where I need to be at. And but when there's only 1 ton, that takes a profit margin from, here and brings it, a little bit higher. So that's like extra icing on the cake, an extra bonus, whatever you may call it, more money to your bottom dollar. And I'll take that every day, all day, every day. Dylan says, I think they have Crunch Fitness down. We are down south, Dylan. Are you talking about down south Texas? Probably. Down south Florida. I'm not sure. Oh, Antro, you're from, where are you from, Antro? I believe you're, I don't want to speak and not know what I'm talking about. I've done 3. So, okay, recycling center. For those of you guys that are in DFW, I don't know of a recycling center. I don't know anything. So I was thinking about that the other day. Sometimes they throw pallets in the dumpsters as well. So Antrell and anybody else that might know, will the recycling center take the pallets? And I'm just really curious, like, do the recycling centers pay you, or is it free to dump? And if does anybody know if there's any recycling centers here in Dallas? I would love to go to a recycling center instead of going to the landfill. I know there's a building at McComas that says recycling center, but I think that's just for the city trucks or the FCC, whatever, whoever they are. Crunched big down here in South Florida. Okay, I've never seen them before. So again, I believe there's the same business model, right? 9.99 a month. They're just in it for the people who will pay like the 9.99 a month and then not show up. I guess I don't know, but it's an interesting business model. It's really big. Um, so I appreciate that, Ryan. Wally gone, what is up, brother? Appreciate you being here, man. Turtles, dumpsters, what's going on? Appreciate you being here as well, brother. Big Omar, what's going on, man? I appreciate you being here as well. Omar has said he's gonna put a door in for me at in my container at the yard, but I haven't bought the door yet. I gotta buy the door. Uh, gotta do that. Gotta quit talking about it. Just order it. Looking for 2 drivers. I'm looking exploring my local driving school at this point. Yeah, okay, good point. So when I was getting my CDL, Schneider came. I believe it was Schneider. They came. They gave us all kinds of packets. Like, hey, do you want to work here? Do you want to work here? Yeah, yeah. Good place to go to for sure. Go once a week. Hand it to the people that are outside. And the CDL school usually has no problems. And if you can print up a quick flyer, I used to do this for the limo company. I used to print up a quick flyer, really cheap on. I think I ordered them off Canva the last time, or customing, no, Canva, and it was just not a flyer. What do you call that? That you hang up on the wall, poster. You can print up a poster, and I took it over to several, like 2 of the schools near me, and they hung them up in the classrooms. The now hiring limo drivers because limo drivers was really hard to find. Most of the time, it's just part time weekend work, so it supplements their income. It's not necessarily a full-time job, but very, very good point on hiring drivers is go to your local driving schools. They love it. I mean, what driving school wouldn't want to have companies hire their people right out the gate? It's a little bit more dangerous, not necessarily dangerous, but probably will cost you a little bit more. No experience as far as CDLs. Limo side of things, we were already paying up the yin yang for limo insurance, so that wasn't a big deal. But um, I had a buddy, man. I had a local buddy here who had a son-in-law or future son-in-law who he was highly recommended. But the guy's only 19, and when I talked to my insurance, they said while it's still okay for you to have a 19-year-old on your insurance, and this is for non-CDL, by the way, um, it's more than likely going to shoot up your insurance rate big time. So I did not go that route, even though I really wanted to. Highly recommended by a good buddy of mine here, and I felt bad because I interviewed the guy. I wasted his time. I had no idea he was that young, boy. But as soon as I looked at him, I was like, "Dang, dude, like there might be an insurance requirement because I know in the limo industry or transportation industry, you had to be 25 to be a CDL driver for a limousine company, at least here in Texas. Because again, you're dealing with so many people, you're transporting, all these people in the back of your vehicle. So it was 25. So, so I did the whole question, like, even though you're really not supposed to, but I did have to ask, like, based on for insurance purposes, how old are you? And the guy's like 19. I was like, oof. I don't know, man. So I didn't hire him. You guys let me know what you guys think about that as well. I'm kind of curious. Did I make the right call? Again, I felt bad not hiring him, but just 19 years old is too young, unfortunately. But I get it though because I would have been that 19-year-old. Like I wanted to work. I would have been one of the best employees that that company would have had, guaranteed. Stiggs, what is going on from Northern Lower Michigan? What's up, Stiggs? I appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate you being here on a Wednesday. Okay, we got it. Okay, DeSantis, 1,000%. All right, I'm glad I wasn't by myself because I didn't see any comments come through as soon as I said that. But DeSantis came out like a boss. Those of you guys that are jumping in a little bit late, I was just talking about how DeSantis came out yesterday like a boss and said, "We are not turning over this prisoner. We are not turning over this guy who attempted to assassinate the former president of the United States. We are going to do our own investigation." And really, man, I really respected that. I thought that was a good move. Is anyone getting ads during the live? I just got 4 within 10 minutes. It cuts out the live completely. Wally gone. Yes. There are ads in the live if you don't pay for the premium or whatever it is, the ad free. So unfortunately it is. I don't regulate the ads or how often, unfortunately, so I'm sorry about that. Um They shouldn't be going off that often though. So, but that's how yeah, that's how I appreciate your support. CJ, this is Dumpster Rentals, man. Thank you for being here, brother. Yeah, that's what okay, blower should work. That's what I thought, man. So if the blower's not blowing, so the blower will not stop working simply because there's not enough freon. Is that correct? That's the correct assumption, right? So we have another issue other than just low on freon. If there's a leak, we have probably a blower issue as well. Wonderful. If you need help, let me know. I may be able to help evenings and Saturdays. Um, for the door, not sure. Oh, maybe for the blower. Blower not working is a different issue. Okay, yeah, dag on it. Blower motor resistor is failing, stops the blower motor from running. You lose higher fan speeds first. Blower may be fine. Resistor is right next to the blower under the passenger. Okay, let me take a screenshot of this. I might have to call you, Daniel. Wait, can I take a screenshot? Ah, what happened? There we go. Screenshot. Cool. Um, blower. I'm gonna have to look that up. Blower resistor is right next to the blower under the passenger floorboard. Okay. Resistor is cheap, few screws and one plug. And it, bro, okay. Daniel, okay, again, appreciate you being here, Daniel. Daniel told me, oh, the what do you call it? Differential fluid is easy. Anybody, a freaking monkey can do it. I don't know. Anybody can do. Okay, I got it. I got this, right? Yeah, so my differential right now is sitting with a okay, so first of all, it was not my fault. I go to O'Reilly's, I tell him I need the rubber seal on the differential. Gave him the year, make, model, all that stuff. Gave him, I gave him everything. I don't even know. I gave him my firstborn's freaking social security card. I don't know. I gave him all kinds of stuff, and so he gives me the seal. And then I was like, well, I need the oil that goes in there. He's like, what kind of oil? I was like, I don't know, I just gave you the information. Like, shouldn't your computer tell you like the what number you oil it should put in the differential? Anyways, that was a very difficult process. I come home. I take everything off. First of all, Daniel's example video, mind you, bless his heart, he had an awesome example video he sends me over. It was perfect. It was like boom, boom, boom. I was like, oh, hell yeah, I could do this, right? I go under my truck and I lift up the airbags. It was super nice because I had plenty of room. A fat guy under truck. I was like, I didn't want to be uncomfortable. I wanted to bring out the lawn chair and sit underneath the truck. Anyways, I blow it up. I get under there, and my differential doesn't look anything like his. Let me tell you, like his differential was just right there, boom, in your face. Mine had all kinds of bars and brake lines and like sensors and freaking like just all kinds of shit all over the. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Like, first of all, this was not as easy as he says it was. Second of all, how do you take off these bolts because they're like double bolts, right? Like you screw it in, and then there's something else that screws in on top of that, bro. Those brake lines were not like little hoses. They were like literally metal wires that I had to like bend out of the way. I was afraid I was gonna break something. I don't know. Okay. I've told you guys I'm no mechanic. Now I'm really kind of pushing it. But I'm telling you, so when I go to put this stupid differential back in, I had this thing clean. I would have ate off the inside of this differential. It was so clean. His video was like, clean it, do this, use some brake fluid, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, okay, it looks great, dude. It was like shiny. It looked like, when you like you watch those shows about like going gold hunting, and they got like this big old ugly rock on the outside, but the inside's like beautiful and shiny. Yeah, that was my differential, right? It was a shiny, like, right? Anyways, I'm getting a little excited here. Um, so I go to put the differential back on, and and I'm like, this stupid wiggly little gasket thing is like not lining up. I could not figure it, and there's like 182 holes around this differential, and you have to line them all up. And there is no, so I flip it around, and I was like, okay, let me do it this way, and it just would not work out. So when I compare the two differential gaskets, mind you, the old gasket, I already folded it up because I'm a jackass, right? I folded it up, threw it in the bucket. I go in the bucket, I unfold it, like unbend it because I bent it all to shit, and then I unbend it all, and I compare, and it's not the same difference. It's just a little bit off. So I'm calling Daniel, right? I'm like, Daniel, what do I do now? He's like, well, if it's not broken, you can try to put the old differential gasket back on and see if it'll leak. So I did that. So I unbent it all, put it back on, and it worked. It actually worked. However, when I looked at it, I was like, why does it look? I'm done, right? I put everything back. I spent, all the time to put everything back. I loaded it with oil. And then I finally look at it again and I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I did this. Yeah, heck yeah. And then the bottom of the differential, there's like this little piece of gasket about 3 to 4 inches that's just like squeezing out between the differential. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't look right. And I'm not about to take everything apart again. So again, Daniel, what do I do, bro? And he's like, well, if it's not leaking, you probably have enough. I even bought one of those oh, what is it? Breaker bars. So you know exactly like what pressure to do it. So I had a breaker bar. I did it like I was like legit and yeah, long story short, it didn't leak and I still have the old gasket in there. I cleaned the crap out of the gasket too, so we're good. So, but I learned that when somebody says anyone can do it, they're not talking about me because again, I am not Mr. Handy mechanic, but I believe you, Daniel. I'll give it a shot. Kingman done, but again, and I saved a bunch of money. So look at that. I saved money. I didn't have to pay somebody else, so I did it myself. And I spent some time outdoors, got my hands dirty, and I got a story to tell. So I love it. I don't mind doing it. I hate when things don't go right. I hate when you pay somebody money and they give you the wrong parts. Like you expect somebody to, they have a computer right in front of them. You expect, you give them all the right information, and then all of a sudden, and mind you, I live 25 minutes, 20 minutes away from the nearest auto parts store, so it's not very just like go down the street. Like it's a good hour round trip for me, just to go to the mechanic shop or to the auto parts. So anyways, Kingman, what's going on from Arizona? Listening while I work on the trucks, modifying one of the mini hooklets. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully you're listening to my terrible mechanical story. Hopefully you have a lot better grease hands or whatever you call them than I do because if there's one thing I'm not is handy with mechanical stuff. So, but what are you modifying on the mini hooks? I'm kind of curious on that. Love to hear it, man. Pretty cool. And shoot some pictures and put it on Facebook. I'd love to see it. Up north knowledge. What's going on, man? In my area, I include 1 ton, and it just boosts my potential profit. My residential average for the year is zero point 0.8 tons. That's money, man. Including 1 ton, and that's good. So I include only 1 ton on my 15s because they're very low costs. That's kind of like entry level. So if someone was looking for something really inexpensive, I can, inexpensive as far as whatever, cheaper. I offer the 15 yard with 1 ton included, and just like you, normal house clean out in a 15 hardly usually doesn't hit. Excuse me, usually doesn't hit a ton. So San Antonio, yeah, okay, I thought you were down there. No, mine just take cardboard and it's free. So again, and if there's a pallet in there though, what happens? You got to literally put it back in the dumpster, or kind of curious on that. But that's free. I mean, shoot, I'd save that money. I would take it, no problem, to a recycling center. Vegas, what's going on, man? William from Vegas Pro Services. Nice job helping that guy that had the accident on the hook lift truck. Question: how can you find out if your website is really SEO optimized, or signing to without signing up to SEO.com? It depends on how deep you want to go, man. Like you can just look at a website and do the what is it? Right click view source, and you'll be able to see pretty much for the most part any website's keywords, descriptions, all that stuff. So if you go onto a website, you right click it and you go to view source, it'll look like a bunch of HTML code, all this stuff. But if you really look at the HTML code, you'll be able to see like H1 or H1 heading, the heading one, H2 heading, meta tags, keywords, description. You can see the back end of someone's website for free. Now, if you really don't know what you're looking at, you can plug that probably in a chat GPT and tell it to, hey, tell me how optimized this website is. I would easily use chat GPT with a URL, uh, a search engine plugin, and type in a website that you want to look at. And matter of fact, why don't you, Vegas, why don't you post the website you want me to check here, and I'll do it here. I'll take a quick look and see what I can find out without signing up. I do sign up for SEMrush, and I am signed up for Ahrefs as well. I do both of those mainly because I used to do my own SEO, my own website back in the day. And those are just tools. Even though I don't go in there very often, those are just tools that I have that are nice. I have them automatically checking my website every now and then. I think it's once a week. They do an audit of the site. They send me any broken URLs. They send me any error codes, all that stuff. Um, you can have it run you an audit, but again, you have to pay for that, and it's not cheap. I think Ahrefs. I call it Ahrefs. I don't know how you call it, but it's Ahrefs.com. That one's probably like 225 to 250 ish a month. SEMrush is probably right around the same. They each kind of do different things, but um, you can plug in your website. You can plug in your top 3 or top 5 competitors. You can have it compare as far as how many backlinks it has, how many pages, how many words of content it has. Um, image upload speed, website speed, H1 tag, all that stuff. It'll run you all kinds of reports, to the point where it will take you days, if not weeks, if not months, to try and get it all fixed. Um, what's nice is if when it does an audit of your website, it will break it up on like critical items. These critical items, and it'll be like red. These critical items will be the most, in other words, bang for your buck, right? Take care of these 10 or 15 critical items, and your website can go up in ranking. Then it goes to less critical items or not as critical, but still important. These are like orange, right? So you kind of do these. It could be that you have no H1 tags. It could be that you have duplicate H tags, right? Your H1 heading, which is the first big words on your website, the big ones like the hero image, those words are not are duplicated or whatever. Um, just different things like that that it will go through, and then it will go to least um where the least effect it'll do to your website, but still things that you should fix, right? So it will list it all out for you. Very, very good websites to do that, although it does cost money. So um, those are two sites that I use that you guys might find handy. Again, SEMrush, SEM Rush, and Ahrefs. And Trail says waste management has a recycling near his yard. Interesting, interesting. Thibodeau, what is going on from up north? Knowledge is me. It's my other channel. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I was gonna say I didn't recognize that up north knowledge. Pretty cool. But Thibodeau, appreciate you being here, man. Love it, love it, love it. And you can visit me from all different. Matter of fact, if you want to subscribe to me from Up North Knowledge, hit that thumbs up, that notification bell, and all that stuff. I'm okay with that. It's fine by me. Matter of fact, I like Up North Knowledge. I'll follow you back, brother. Just mess with you. Jimmy does recycling, and I can set y'all up. Jimmy, who's Jimmy? Jimmy. Interesting. Okay, definitely, Dylan. Cody Duvall, what's going on, man? From Central Arkansas, brother. Appreciate you being here. Matt, how expensive was the limo biz insurance? Bro, when I tell you I had, at the time that I sold my business, I had 24 limos and buses. And my policy was just about $160,000 a year. So do the math. I don't have my calculator here. My phone's up there, but do the math. About $170,000 a year was my insurance policy. Mind you, and I didn't even have the proper insurance. I come to find out later, because some of the DOT vehicles required their own $5 million insurance policy, and they were all under a $1 million insurance policy with a $1 million insurance umbrella. Um, so even though per DOT I was legit, per I think it was state, whatever it was, it needed to be 5 million because it was uh you know over 36 passenger, over 35 passengers buses. So I think that's how it was. But it was insane. Drew, what's going on, brother? Really appreciate all the info that you put out. I'm working on getting my dumpster business started. Man, congratulations to you, brother. You got the beard, you got the look already as it is, man. So I love it. Welcome to the dumpster industry. If you're not on the Dumpster Rentals 101 page, make sure you get on there. Lots of like-minded individuals, lots of good dudes on there. Try to keep it positive. We try to keep it educational. We try to help each other out, supportive, all that stuff. Minute somebody gets out of hand, they can go to one of the other groups for that. But best of luck to you, man. I appreciate you being here. Definitely do your research. Definitely don't buy into the overnight success bullshit. It's not. Anybody that's here in the comments will tell you this is hard work, but I love it. I absolutely love it. Again, going from the limo industry, I've had a lot of businesses in my life, but going from security to limo to soccer, I had to own an indoor soccer facility, and then now to the dumpster rentals. I've done other things as well, but those were all my main ones. This I love this industry more mainly because of the people. I love the people. These are my people. Like you guys are my people for real. Like the people I get the most along with, the people I see eye to eye with. I can be myself. I was just talking to David or Daniel today. Sorry, I was reading something else. I was talking to Daniel today about how like this industry is just. I can be myself. I can just let loose. I can wear blue jeans and grunt style shirts all day long. I can wear dirty boots and not have to wear a suit and tie and get all prettied up. I can wear my beard as long as I want to, and it's still like I see eye to eye with almost everybody in this industry for the most part, almost. So I love this industry. Um, I love behind the windshield time. Sometimes I don't like all the bouncing around and stuff like that, but for the most part, this is a very, very um, rewarding industry to be in. So best of luck to you, brother. And sure, I'll be hiring my son in 2027 when he turns 18. He's getting his CLP at 18 and CDL 2 weeks later. He has to drive a roll off truck while in college. Dad's rules. Hey, man, I don't blame you, brother. Interesting. Have you talked to your insurance about that, though? I mean, obviously, it being your son, I'm sure you don't mind taking the hit. I would take the hit in a heartbeat if my kids wanted to do that. Um, but uh, but yeah, I'm curious to know, like, is that going to be a big hit on your insurance, guys? If you guys did not see the post this last week, I believe I did it right after last week's Wednesday's live, maybe Thursday or Friday. If you didn't see the post on Dumpster Rental 101, I literally saved about half in my insurance policy, switching it up to another uh, insurance broker. This whole time, I've always said I use Goosehead. I don't really like Goosehead, to be honest with you. They were very impersonal. I didn't have somebody I can pick up the phone and call. I would go through a what do you call a phone tree or ring tree, and whoever picked up the phone was my agent. Um, and then the underwriter or the company that actually did the policy was called State Auto. Okay. Um, Only thing I could find at the time, that was the best thing that I could find, and we just went that route. However, I found out of a new guy, Toby Stubbs, and I believe his company is called Wisdom Insurance Group or something like that. I've got him on the Lone Star Dumpster Showcase website, and I also made a post about him being at the Lone Star Dumpster Showcase in November. But Toby Stubbs, and I bullshit you not, this is me looking you guys straight in the eyes. Toby Stubbs saved me 50% on my insurance policy with a caveat. I did pay for the full year up front to get like a almost like a $2,000 discount. However, my insurance for both trucks through State Auto and Goosehead was just under $24,000. Okay. Toby got me insurance through Progressive, which I've tried Progressive on my own for some reason and it never got anywhere. But he got me through Progressive for now my cash price was like 12,800, something like that, just under 13,000 bucks. For the same policy, $1 million coverage, same coverage, same whatever it is, um security deposit, not security deposit, deductible, same everything else. Uh However, he reclassified it. I won't tell you what he reclassified it. I'm gonna gatekeep that for a little bit. If you want to know, shoot me a DM. Uh, nah, I'm kidding. He reclassified it. What did rental equipment? He said that's the classification that dumpster rentals need to be on. Apparently, if you misclassify it, you're gonna be classified almost as a junk removal company or whatever. So big heads up, guys. If you guys have an insurance agent and you want to keep them, make sure you're classified correctly. But if you don't have somebody that you trust that you want to work with, I get zero commission from him. I don't get no discount. But he saved me a ton of money. Dude, I will scream him from the rooftops. The guy helped me out. And so, mind you, check this out. So that was just the two trucks. I had through State Auto, I had the International and the Mack truck, both my roll off trucks. My pickup truck, which is wrapped with American AF dumpsters and pulls trailers sometimes, because I don't pull trailer. I stopped pulling trailers for a while now. I had it under my personal insurance policy, which was wrong. I get that, but I don't do work with my insurance with my truck. However, if I were to get in an accident with my truck, my personal pickup truck or my truck, and it is wrapped with the business name, guess who they're going to come after? They're going to come after not only me because I'm the owner, but also American AF Dumpsters because it's wrapped with a business on it. So, and I've known that this entire time. I probably shouldn't have done it. Sue me. But I was saving money because I put it under my personal insurance instead of $1 million commercial policy. However, adding my pickup truck to my commercial policy, Toby was able to charge. I was paying 3,100. It was either 3,000 or $3,100 for my truck a year through Geico, I believe. And he added it to my $1 million. That was for $100,000 coverage. He added it to my $1 million policy for my company, and I only paid an extra uh, two or $300. So 33 or $3,400 total for my truck for the entire year. Boom. I did a cash option. I paid him just under 16 grand up front, and I'm good for the entire year. I'm covered. And I've got a guy that I can pick up the phone if I got any kind of insurance company questions. He took over my Next policy, so he took over my general liability insurance through Next. I don't have to pay him anything extra, and he took over my I have workman's comp. I also did workman's comp last week through Next. This is before I even found Toby, but I was given an option through QuickBooks to offer workman's comp. I did a quote real quick, and for two drivers, two other drivers, myself as the owner and Alexis as an office staff employee. So what's that? Four employees. I had to put in there an estimated number of payroll or amount of payroll for the year. I paid $997 for the whole year. It's just under $1,000 for a year's worth of workman's comp. So I'm also covered there. And Toby took that policy over as well under his insurance policy. So now he manages it for me. Um, Hands down, saved a ton of money. Hopefully, I can help you guys save a little bit of money there too. So going back to intro, awesome to have your son help work with you, man. I love it. Get him to learn the business, get him to learn business in general. And he's in college. He may be doing other stuff, but you never know. That kind of education is priceless. So, but I'm curious to know if your insurance knows that and if they would have charged you anything extra, or did they tell you that was going to cost a lot more? If the resistor fails, says Dylan, you usually still have high speed because it isn't resisted power. Your lower speeds have more resistance, which what slows the blower motor down. So it was no speed, no air coming out whatsoever of the vents. Interesting. No offense, but we seen your video changing AI. Believe was an antenna on the truck. Bro, damn. Uh, yeah, we seen your video changing an antenna with a bro. That was terrible. You know what? And again, what you see is what you get with me, y'all. I changed that antenna. It was a CB antenna. I changed that CB antenna with a plumber's monkey, and there was a big one too, the monkey wrench. That's all I had, mind you. Now I do have a bunch of tools in the back of my truck. I have Milwaukee pack out stacked in the bed of my truck under my bed cover, and I've got handy tools that I can do. After that day, I said, "Nah, I need to bring tools with me at all times." So, appreciate that, Ryan. No offense taken, brother. Oh, nothing but love. Would love to chat sometime about expansion and adding the second truck. Um, we can talk anytime about that. Dylan's going through that right now, adding a second truck. I know there's other guys. I won't put their business out there, but there's another guy on YouTube. In well, he was on. He's been a while since he's been on YouTube. Um, in Florida, that is adding another truck, and possibly adding another truck, and talking about. I'll put it out there. I don't think he cares. It's Lou Canino with CFL. He's talked about adding another truck to me, and he's ready to do it. So sometimes at some point when you got enough, when you got so many hours behind that wheel, I promise you, Once you do it, guys, once you decide to stop working in your, and I say this because but I'm still working in the business. But once you decide to stop working in your business 100%, stop being the only guy, and you hire somebody, and you start paying them, and you start paying them a regular rate, right? And you have enough business coming in to where it more than covers that. You're gonna look back and be like, man, I should have done this a long time ago. I don't. I should have pulled the trigger a while ago. As long as you have that business rolling in on a consistent basis, what are you waiting for? Not you in particular, Taylor. I'm not talking about you, but other people that like to, kind of sit and wait and stuff like that. What are you waiting? If that business is there consistently, you got to pull the trigger, and that's the only way you're gonna grow. Because if it's just you, you can only be so many places at one time. You can only run so many cans. Again, here in DFW, it's huge. I can't run more than 4, 5, 6 cans a day at the most. 6 cans is really pushing it, unless they're all like super close. Your dumpster density. I don't know what you would call it, but your density, your area density, especially here in DFW, cannot be that tight. You've got to go where the money's calling. Otherwise, you're turning away a lot of business. So the minute that you start seeing that, hey, I'm putting in, 50, 60, even at 40, even 40 is part time, bro. Let's be honest with you. 40 hours a week to me is part time. But you're putting in 50, 60 hours a week consistently behind that wheel. It's time for you to hire somebody. It's time for you to time to move up. And to me, the way I do it is I'm moving up and I'm getting that second truck. And then I'm gonna have the full timer, and then I'm gonna be the part timer. I'm gonna be the fill-in guy. I'm gonna help, I'm gonna back up, and I'm gonna do that while I do other things, while work on the business. Okay. Once my once my second truck is now full, it is now for the most part. Once that second truck is now full time, full time, full time, now it's time to start thinking about a third truck. Hiring somebody for that second truck. Now I got two full time workers working those two trucks, and then I got a third truck that's working its way up to full time. That's the way I am doing it. That might not be the right way. That might not be your way, and that's definitely not the only way. But again, this is my opinion on how I do it, and it's the best that works for me. It helps me grow. It helps me grow the company organically, gradually. Can you go out and buy 10 trucks and again, it's not Field of Dreams, right? It's not like buy the equipment and the business is just going to be there, or the customers are just going to be there. This is not a Field of Dreams, build the field and then they will come. That's only in the movies, y'all. Like, you've got to grow with your business. The business is not going to grow with you. So that's a good way to get bankrupt real fast. I do know it, and I own it, and I definitely own it, about the whole monkey wrench changing the CB. That's why I posted it. I love it. I mean, that's me. Love it or hate it, I can't do shit for working on trucks. I got frustrated today. Just you should have seen me trying to put the 134A nozzle on the stupid nozzle of the Freon line of my daughter's truck. And I'm like, this stupid thing won't click. So I'm like banging it. I'm turning the Freon can upside down, and then I felt the cold like on the can. I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden it started spitting like the Freon out of the nozzle. And I'm like, dude, this is not the way it's supposed to be. Um, and then finally, again, a half hour later, I see the little sticker says it's R13. Well, again, I forget what it is. 134, not 134, 123Y or whatever the other Freon is. Annalie, what's going on? Hopefully you and your husband had a great week this week as well. Appreciate you being here. Walking, yo, Grime Time Dumpsters, Austin, Texas here. How's the market at DFW? The market here in DFW, Grime Time, is bipolar. I say it every single week, and I'm gonna say it from now to whenever. It is up and it is down, but it is more up than it is down, and I'll take that all day, every day. So I'm blessed. We are moving along. We are moving cans. I have about 4 to maybe 5 empty cans at the yard. Um, we have sold out of I'm sold out of my 30s. I'm sold out of 20s. I believe I have 115 and a couple 25s at the yard and 140 that's full. But we are moving. And again, it's been so weird because Kevin has been very slow. Um, he's been pretty much part time all last week, most of last week, and most of this week. He'll be going home most of the time, except for yesterday. Even yesterday, a couple hours early at least. So, but I'll take it. I love it. That means that as the business keeps growing, I can still run 2 trucks and add at least 10 to 15 more cans. Maybe. I wouldn't say 10 to 15. Okay. That might be exaggerating, but at least 10 cans. I can handle it because especially with him going home, working part-time and still getting these dumpsters out, we can run more dumpsters. So we are just about at 40 dumpsters right now. And again, that doesn't seem a lot to some, and it seems like a whole bunch to others. But it's how quick you can turn those 40 dumpsters. It's how quick what's your average turnaround time? If I have 150 cans, but I'm turning them around 10 every 10 to 30 days or 10 to 15 or 10 to 20 days, those touches on those dumpsters are going to be a lot more spread apart. If I have 30 cans, but I'm touching them on average every 3 to 4 days. I don't know what my average is, but I know a lot of customers are calling saying they're done with the cans early. Can we pick them up? And 9 times out of 10, we're picking it up next day. Um, so we're turning cans a lot more than just the 7 days. I know that for a fact. What it is exactly, I can't tell you. I don't know. I got to figure out how to run a report like that. Bro, I'm pretty sure we have talked about this. I went to school to be a mechanic, worked at the Ford dealer and small shops. I was equipment mechanic for years. Yeah, I know, but you're all the way up there. You can't help me, Dylan. You can't help me. I mean, I know you know your stuff, and I should call you, but you're all the way up there. I'm all the way down in Rice. Uh, you can't help me. You can come down here if you want, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna be worth it for you. We have 5 to 9 trucks sitting at the yard since last week. Business is slow here lately. Oh man, and you are again in Austin, Texas. I know the beginning of the school year was crazy slow for us. But it picked up like the second to third week right after the school year ended, or right after the school year started. Really hoping it picks up for you, brother. Adding standard rail options to the second. Oh, okay, to second mini hook lift. Nice, man. Nice, nice, nice. Standard rail option to the second mini hook lift. Interesting. Josh Ronan is doing website reviews. Where does the line start? No, 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 no. Not website. I was just going to show him how to do check the back end, not a website review. Uh, I don't want to. I don't want to get into that. But if you want me to show you how to do a back, matter of fact, I can do that real quick. Did he respond back? I don't see any response from him. So I'm just going to show you what I would do to check. Let me see if I can share a screen. I'm going to show you guys real quick on what you can do to check someone's back end of their website. What I mean by that. Let's see here. Screen share. Are you guys going to see my messy screen? Oh, there it is. Oh, cool. All right, cool. Let's open this up. We're not going to look at that. I probably should have closed this stuff out. We're not going to look at that. I don't want to see my email. Son of a gun. All right. Holy moly. I was not ready for that. So let's go regular website. I don't know. Let's just go do mine. American. My keyboards. There we go. All right. So you're going to right click and you're going to view page source. So while this looks like a ton of, let me move this over a little bit. There we go. Well, it doesn't move that much. While this looks just like a ton of HTML, and it technically is, um, you will be able to see. Let's do a word search for description. Okay, so you're going to do a word search for description, and my description on my website is American AF Dumpsters, based in Dallas, Texas, is a distinct dumpster rental company and should not be confused with any other entity or service. Uh, this is where things can change. Like literally, I'm doing this right now. First of all, I don't think you should have the word distinct. No one's going to be looking up or searching distinct dumpster rental company. So these are things that I need to change. Distinct is not a keyword. Who in the right mind is going to look up distinct? You're going to probably want to look up is the best, or you probably want to change to the best, or even though I don't mean to be cocky, but most people look up best dumpster rentals, or I never like the word cheap, but look up cheap dumpster rentals in your area, and I guarantee you that that keyword is pretty high in the search rankings. You can Anything that describes your company should be here instead of the word distinct. I'm not saying copy this word for word. I'm just saying this should be changed. Um, and then should not be confused with any other entity or service. Again, those aren't keywords. So these are things that I have to change on my side as well. Up here, description again. Premier dumpster rental. Okay, premier again, kind of weak as a descriptor. Dallas, Texas. I like the keywords. Obviously, you want to do your city. Reliable, efficient waste management solutions. Okay, that's okay. But then a lot of times people that are looking up waste management will pull up my website. So again, these are things that you can plug into ChatGPT. Here, let's do that real quick. We're gonna go, and before I open up ChatGPT, let me unshare my screen because I don't want things to show up that uh, some private stuff on ChatGPT because me and ChatGPT talk a lot. Let's go back here. Just do me in frame for a second, and let's open up ChatGPT. A new chat. And what's going on? Okay, here we go. Close that, and we're gonna talk to ChatGPT together. Screen share. All right. Hope everybody's watching. Let me know if this is boring you guys or not. But we're gonna prompt ChatGPT. You are a SEO expert, and I want you to rewrite my description on PTIN on my website so that it will, my lord, preferably top 10, top 5 in my area. I don't know. This is my current description. Copy paste, enter. All right, so it says it changed it, right? So right now my description was American AF Dumpsters is a premier dumpster rental company based in Dallas, Texas, known for its reliable and efficient waste management solutions. This local business offers a range of sizes and types of dumpsters to cater to the diverse needs of the Dallas community. With a commitment to environmental responsibility and excellent customer service, American AF Dumpsters has established itself as a trusted name in the region's waste disposal industry. It changed it to American AF Dumpsters is a leading dumpster rental service in Dallas, Texas. Leading. That's not bad. Providing top notch waste management solutions for residential and commercial needs. Our extensive selection of dumpster sizes ensures we meet the unique requirements of every customer, whether from home renovations. That's beautiful. Look at the keywords, guys. Home renovations, construction projects, cleanouts. As locally owned business, okay, these are all keywords, right? I wish I could highlight this on here. Locally owned business, reliable, efficient, environmentally sustainable, or it says, yeah, environmental sustainability. Focus on exceptional customer care. American Airlines has become the go-to choice for hassle-free waste disposal, Dallas area. Choose us for competitive pricing. Good thing it doesn't say cheap, and prompt delivery. Your trusted partner in responsible waste management. Um, what keywords should I focus on my home page based off this description? So it gives me keywords: dumpster rental Dallas, dumpster rental service, waste management solutions. Again, that one's questionable. I like waste management solutions, especially for website SEO, but be very, very careful. Do not use keywords like waste management solutions for your Google AdWords tip. Reliable dumpster rental, residential dumpster rental, commercial dumpster rental, eco-friendly waste dumpster disposal, local dumpster company, affordable dumpster company, a rental, waste disposal, Dallas, roll-off dumpsters, construction. This is perfect. And you can say, give me 100 keywords because again, you can't have too many keywords anyways. So I may not be a good mechanic, guys, but I'm not even no tech guy or no SEO or website guy. but I am pretty good at doing this stuff, to be honest with you, if I just had the time. I don't have the time, which is why I have other people doing it for me. And unfortunately, I don't like my keywords. I don't like my description on my website. So we're going to go. This is all. So if you look on the far right, hopefully you guys can see it here. Yeah, right here. These circles, these little lines. These little lines are everywhere that description, the word description comes up. So if you go description here, you can just scroll down and there's all different types of descriptions. But we're going to go, we did that. We're going to look at keywords. Being very vulnerable right now, showing you guys my entire website. But here's keywords, guys. Keywords on my website: dumpster rental, Dallas, Dallas dumpster rental in Dallas, Texas, dumpster rental, Dallas TX. That's dumpster rental in Dallas TX dumpster. Okay, so they took out the word in. Dallas dumpster, dumpster Dallas, Dallas roll off, dumpster, local. Okay, it's just over and over, but lots of good stuff. So it just keeps going on and on. It doesn't like wrap, unfortunately, but these are all the keywords. And then I wonder if you can check meta tags. No, meta name. Oh, there's another word for meta tags, I believe. Tag words. Nope. Nope. Anyways, those are the two main things, at least your description, your H1. Let's look at H1. H1, not HE. H1 tag. Nope. Okay. Maybe you can't do that on view source. Okay, here it is. H1 tag. This is very important when it comes to website SEO. Affordable choice for local dumpster rental in Dallas, Texas. That is my H1 tag. Hopefully you guys can see it. Let's go back to some comments. This one's taking longer than an hour. I am going to wrap this one up soon, but hopefully this is helping you guys out a little bit. Excuse me. So anyways, Thibodeau, hopefully that answered your question a little bit. Dylan, you're the man. I'm so used to running it on my only high all the time. That was the top of mind for me. I was wrong. Oh, Drew says he is on Dumpster Rentals 101. Cade Covington. What's going on, Cade? I appreciate you being here, brother. I switched from Progressive and saved over 6K and got better coverage. I went to a local broker. Well, okay, so you switched from Progressive, but who is the underwriter? Because I'm kind of curious. Yeah, I used State Auto. So I had a broker that used State Auto, and then now I have another broker who went through Progressive and saved me money too. So it works. Progressive will W next year, guaranteed. I hope not. Goodness gracious. Don't say that, Thibodeau. Positive thoughts, brother. Positive thoughts. Progressive barely changed for me this year. Josh and I compared rates with relative trucks a few months ago, and he was almost 50% more. Yeah, unfortunately. So the Mac, Nicholas is asking how the Mac is holding up and how many miles. We just did an oil change yesterday, and we were just at 95,000 miles on the Mac. And the Mac is holding strong. Look, I was not a fan of the Mac at first, and let me be honest with you, it was not fair because I was blaming the Mac for electrical issues. I was blaming the Mac for dealership issues. I'm not a fan of the dealer. I'm gonna put it out there. If you wanted me to be a fan of your dealership, you probably should have provided me better service. Let's just be honest. And I would have been your cheerleader. However, I'm not gonna promote somebody or a dealer that I just don't like. Their service sucks. Their service has literally zero customer service. They have zero need for what do you call it? Speed. I don't know how you say that, but they just won't. They don't care. So you can't sign up. You can't register for them to work on your truck. You have to have it there. You got to bring it in and for it to just sit there because they won't see it for a week, but it has to sit there. Otherwise, it doesn't get in line. So anyways, the Mack truck is fine. It rattles a lot. There's a lot of loose bolts. So we do have bottles of Loctite in our trucks. But that happens with all the trucks because of the landfill. So the fender literally just came off the other day. The wheel well, not the fender. Wheel well bolts came off. We had to go buy some new bolts and Loctited them up. But other than that, the Mac has been. I do have some check engine light stuff that's going on. I do have, but I think it's all electrical. Um, but have I had time to take it in? No, it cannot go in for a week right now. It just can't. So I'll take it to my mechanic. I'll pay out of pocket to my mechanic for him to fix it versus it going to the dealership. USAA wrote my policy correct as equipment rental. My new company has it jacked up with Progressive. Interesting, interesting. Love that USAA can do that for you. Thibodeau, you should put together a video of the ins and outs of employees, like how all the finances and shit works. I could. I don't know very much about it. I know Dylan was asking me a while ago about employees and how to pay them and all that stuff. I know QuickBooks does a lot of everything for me. It's all automated for me. So you go into QuickBooks, you set up an account, you set up payroll, you pay a little bit extra for payroll. It automatically processes all my taxes. It automatically processes all the IRS payments. Um, uh, oh, reminds me, I gotta do payroll. um, it does everything for me, which is nice. I've got auto deposits to my employees, direct deposits, and except for one, my new guy that I just started, I have to pay him hourly. But it works great for me. But maybe one of these days. Appreciate the advice. So I might do that though. Ray Fernandez, what is going on, brother? He says, "What's up, Josh? My man, Ray from California. Man, what's up, man? Finally finished my truck and it's awesome compared to my Max XD trailer. Running 30 yarders now. Man, now that you made it into the 30-yard world, you're going to wonder why you didn't do it sooner. Best of luck to you, bro. Congrats on it. Nothing wrong with a Max XD trailer, but there's also nothing like a actual roll-off truck, just to be honest with you. Josh and I are in DFW, but we are 98 miles apart. Yes, sir, we are. Way too far. Facts. I sell a hell of a lot more dumpsters when I have somebody behind the wheel. In my August, we dropped 164 dumpsters and I only have 36. No way I could have done that all by myself. Oh, hell no. 36 and you did 164, dude. You are turning those cans like they are on fire. That is badass. Good job, man. I did about 105, 110 is my max so far. And that's with two drivers, me and another guy. So that's a lot. Todd Watson, what is going on, brother? I appreciate you being here. And Trail, employees can grow our business. We can't do it all. We will reach a ceiling from an earning standpoint. Yeah, man, but you still got to be on top of them. You still got to be careful because, yes, they will help grow your business, but they can also be the demise of your business if you're not on top of that, which I'm sure you know. Um, but but hiring the right people right up front, and again, firing people quickly and not letting them become a cancer in your business. I learned that years ago, and unfortunately, you know, I learned the hard way. Dylan said he's closer to me than Daniel, or closer than he is closer than Daniel. Yes, sir. Ironically, I've seen Austin company in San Antonio move dumpsters lately. I kind of figured Austin was a little slow. Companies in San Antonio. Really? Interesting. They're going all the way over there, huh? To San Antonio. Glad that you guys are killing it there. I have right now 56, 40 yards at the yard out of 200. So that's what, 25%, a little over 25%. Hell yeah. That's not bad. And you got them. That means you'll be able to use, I mean, the bad thing is when you don't have them, you got to turn away business. So you got 240 yards, brother. Badass. Hell yeah. I would love to do an interview with you guys, man. You guys that are running over 150, 200 cans, get with me. Send me a PM on Facebook. Send me a message on Facebook. I am going to be putting out interviews with other company owners every Sunday. So last Sunday, I put out my interview with Heath Treasure. He's going to be at the Lone Star Dumpster Showcase. I got one dropping this Sunday. I got another one already dropping next Sunday. So I've got the next two lined up. But the following Sunday, three away. I do not have anybody right now, and I'm looking for somebody to interview. So if you're interested, get at me. Let's talk about it. Let's talk. Delaware Diamond Reynolds, what is up from Delaware? What's going on, brother? Appreciate you being here, man. Christian, what's going on? I read something recently that Google doesn't rank AI generated content as highly. Okay, so here's what you do you go back to ChatGPT and you say, rewrite that description in my tone of voice / speaking, and we'll see. American AF Dumpsters is your go-to rental dumpster service in Dallas, Texas. We offer reliable waste management solutions tailored to meet the needs of both homeowners and businesses. With a variety of business dumpster sizes, we've got you covered whether you're tackling a home renovation, a construction project, or a clean out. It's almost similar, very similar. As a local business, we prioritize exceptional customer service and are committed to being environmentally responsible. When you need hassle-free waste disposal, trust American AF Dumpsters to deliver competitive pricing, prompt service, and a commitment to keeping Dallas clean. That is how sometimes you can avoid the whole AI detection thing. I don't know how effective that is, but also a very good little tip there for you. But yeah, thanks, Christian. That's very, very on point though. I have also heard the same thing. Is it true that hell yeah? Is it true that Mac cabs is really uncomfortable, bro? Um, yeah, it is 100% true. But so is my international. Like I am jostled around in that truck like you wouldn't believe. So, um, it is what it is. And the Mac cab has airbags, its own airbag suspension in the for the cab, and it still throws you around. I haven't noticed any difference. Luis, how long did it take you to start seeing profits, bro? I started seeing profits right away, only because I'm a one man show. So you're a one man show with one trailer delivering a dumpster. It's costing you $50, $75, $50 in dump fees, another $50 in time and fuel, and you're renting it for $300-400. You're profitable from the beginning. You're more profitable in the beginning, to be honest with you, than when you have start adding a lot of overhead. And if you read the Profit First book by Mike McAllowitz, who, by the way, is going to be at the Lone Star Dumpster Showcase in November, make sure you get your tickets at LoneStarDumpsterShowcase.com. If you read that book, he will show you how to be profitable, how to get your profits first, how to pay yourself first as a business owner. And I know that's hard for you guys. I know that's hard because it's hard for me, pulling your money out first, but it can be done. Anyways, guys, with that, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Make sure you like, subscribe, smash that notification bell. I appreciate you guys being here. It was a good night. We'll see you guys on the next one.